to Malik Willis. That really happened, guys. That really happened.
McNair gives it to George, running right up the middle. Touchdown! Titans! There are no flags on the field! It's a miracle!
The safety, now you're one-on-one with it.
Shows why he's the man! In trouble. Sack!
What's up, Titan Nation? How's everyone doing? Yes, the Tennessee Titans fall to the Green Bay Packers at Nissan Stadium. And man, oh man, it is ugly in Nashville, Tennessee for the Tennessee Titans. Again, you can be disheartened, you could be upset, you could be frustrated, you could be sick to your stomach. All those emotions for a Titans fan. It's like we're living in a nightmare. It's like we're on a time warp that just keeps going. Every week, the same situation, same things happen. And man, oh man, it's rough. It's rough being a Titans fan. Okay? But before we talk about this game, remember, guys, that we've had some dark times. If you go back as a Titans fan a very, very long time, there has been some disastrous games for the Tennessee Titans before. I mean, we're going to go down a little bit of memory lane, but if you remember the New England Patriots game 59-0, there's been other games. And unfortunately, there's been other games that someone from our team has left the Tennessee Titans, gone to another team, has come back to Nashville, playing against the Tennessee Titans, and absolutely have gone crazy. Had excellent games, one being A.J. Brown. Obviously, that was in Philly, not here. But still, you get what I'm going with this. So the Tennessee Titans traded Malik Willis, our backup QB, backup QB, right before the season started to the Green Bay Packers. And the football gods like to point, and we're the joke. We're the joke of it all, unfortunately. Malik Willis had a hell of a game. Malik did exactly what he wanted to do. Again, something we've never seen Malik do. Take over a game, control the line of scrimmage, control the ball, threw the ball, had some really, really nice throws, had some really, really nice runs. First touchdown was a Malik run, but he took that offense and marched right down. And right when you think like, this is a problem, where our defense is usually never the problem, guys. We've been talking about the offense struggling, the offensive line struggling, Will Levis struggling. All of a sudden, now the defense was struggling. Like I said, the Packers got to do anything they wanted to with the Tennessee Titans. But then our offense comes back and I'm like, okay, they need to do something. They need to respond. And the offense did. The offense marched down. Good way to start, especially for the offense. And they scored a touchdown on the very first series, and it looked good. I said, okay, we matched it. Perfect. After that, it was a disaster still. Like I said, defense didn't do diddly squat. Malik got to do whatever he wanted to. Like I said, it was a very ugly game. Offensive line, they allowed 8 sacks. And we'll talk about it. We'll bring this up right now about Malik Willis. And, okay, before everyone gets on me saying, oh, you're just defending Malik and this and that, let me tell you that I'm not even a Malik fan. Again, once we drafted him, I didn't like the draft pick at all, draft night. I didn't care for Malik. Will Levis. I didn't care for Will Levis at all. But the Titans drafted him. I go, hey, I hope he does well. I hope he can prove to me that he's a good quarterback. And yes, and last year there was some glimpse of his athleticism, his arm looked good, and that's it. That's what captured every Titan fan. They're like, oh, that's it. That's our guy. And I said going into the second year, I go, I'm not sold on Will Levis. Not yet. He has to show me. He has to prove it. Be consistent. The only thing he's been consistent right now is throwing picks and making bad decisions. But after all that's been said and done, and yes, the 2 games, you can blame Will Levis on boneheaded decisions. And we can't, forget about the special teams. This time, I don't think this game was on Will Levis. Again, it's a team effort, right? An overall team effort, I think, is an overall team loss because you can't go, Will Levis lost us that game. That Packers game, Will Levis lost us. No, you can't. Defense didn't show up. Offensive line, 8 sacks, y'all. 8 sacks we let. You can't blame Will Levis on that one. You really can't. The man hiked the ball, and I don't even want to mention the offensive lineman's name. Just bulldozed him. He just went right. He couldn't do anything with any quarterback. And then people were saying they wanted Mason Rudolph. They think Mason Rudolph would lead them to a victory. And maybe so, but I don't think so, to be honest with you. Because if you look at it, even Mason Rudolph, who's a veteran, he can't do anything with this offensive line. Absolutely not. You can't. I'm sorry. Even Patrick Mahomes, the great Patrick Mahomes, he wouldn't be able to do anything with this line because he's running for his life. You can't settle in the pocket. And there's times where he had time and he had space and he had opportunity and he made a throw and he would make some decent throws. Will Levis played a decent game. I wouldn't say it was obviously 100%, but I would say it was an improvement from last week. And if you take that, then I guess there is improvement, right? Yes, he threw a pick 6. I understand. Boneheaded decision, but it seems like he has those quite often. Now, am I already on the point where I'm like, hey, yeah, Will Levis, that? No. And again, I'm not one to say, hey, we need to take Will Levis out. Hell no. Keep Will Levis for all games, no matter how ugly it gets. Okay? Because if they still continue to play him, they continue to lose. I mean, to one point do you say, hey, give up and draw the... Because right now, as things are looking for playoff contention, don't even go with that. Don't even talk to me about playoffs. But like, hey, guys, no. I don't think so. I predicted on my live stream that I said the Titans, the ceiling is possibly 6 games. 6 games I thought the Titans would win this year. Just, again, new coach, new system, new offensive line, the youngest offensive lineman. You still don't... Will Levis is a question mark. And people are going crazy, saying, no, 11 wins, 12 wins. And I said, okay. And hey, I respect everyone's opinion. If you think the Titans are 11 and 12 win team, that's cool. But it's just my opinion. And people call me crazy at 6 to 7 wins. Now, the product that's on the field, maybe I was crazy. Because 6 to 7 games sounds super, super high. That sounds, especially with the way this team's playing. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe possibly, maybe we can win 2 games, 3 games. But 6 seems pretty high now, And don't get me wrong, I do think this team will gathers them, I think the team will start gelling. I think they'll start working together. I think this team will eventually, towards the end of the season, be a decent team. It's right now they're just playing bad football, but eventually I think everything will line up. I think they will sync, and I think they will be a good team. Same thing with Will Levis. They just got to get comfortable. They got to get used to each other. Like I said, brand new system, new offensive line, new offensive coach. A lot of moving parts, a lot of new parts. But I understand the frustration. I understand just seeing what's on the field and it's not good. I get it, guys. I get it. Trust me. I'm a fan too. At the end of the day, I'm a fan and I get frustrated too. But you gotta put in some patience. I understand. And like I said, if you don't think so, you're like, no, you know what? The product's bad. We don't need to be waiting so long. Patience. How long can we be patiently waiting? Put Mason. I get it. But I just said, like I said before, I think if you put Mason Rudolph in, that's it. That's when the Titans are completely done with the Will Levis project. And we have completely checked out on him. And said, hey, this is not the guy. But again, if you say Will Levis is that guy, is the franchise quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, you gotta let him play it. You gotta let him ride out the season with him to find out what you got with him, and just to give him more snaps, give him more experience. You have to. If you think Will Levis is the guy. Again, as of right now, I'm still on the fence with him. Obviously, a lot of people are. But hopefully he can improve. Like I said, from game 2 to game 3, he has improved. Make some mistakes still, obviously. No one's perfect. You're a quarterback. You're throwing the ball. It's the National Football League. You're going to get picked off sometimes. Okay? But we'll see what happens. Like I said, let me know down in the comments below, guys. We got Monday night against the Dolphins. That's going to be exciting. That'll be fun. We'll see what happens. I'm going to have a special guest for the pregame and the postgame. Hopefully you guys can catch it. I love you guys. Stay positive. Don't worry. There's a lot of football left. Okay? That's the one beauty thing. It's only 0-3. Okay? It's only 0-3. If we're like 0-8, then yeah, we can panic. Just relax. There's a lot of football. Let's try to stay positive, okay? Baby steps, guys. Baby steps. New system, everything. I love you guys. And always, tighten up. Let's go.